I must say, though, we're happy to have a musician in our building. I've known him since for just a month about now, because I remember watching a live show where he did his famous Bee Gees stunt, and he's been performing at subway stations in New York City, and we're happy to have him on the spotlight. So please welcome the fabulous Lawrence D. Rush.
Lawrence C. Burns, how you doing, man?
Yes.
Thank you. How you doing? Nice to have you, man.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you here. So I want to know, how did you, when I first saw you, how did you get into the music business here?
How did I get into the music business here?
Yes.
Well, I first came to New York with a song in my heart and a prayer on my breath, and I, from a small town in Pennsylvania, and I wanted to break into show business because I wanted to be on Broadway. Right now, I perform in the subway stations throughout New York City under Broadway, and I've been doing it for so long, actually, and to tell the truth, I've actually become the longest running show under Broadway. That's how long I'm doing it.
You know, it's crazy he said that, you know, he started off in, on this subway because, it doesn't matter whether it's music or any talent you have, you always want to start somewhere. You always want to start from the bottom, and I feel like, what you're doing is also a great way to promote yourself. People's always recording, asking you questions, so I definitely am happy that, you was able to take your music career to the next level.
Which subway stations do you frequent?
Yeah, that's a good question. What music station?
Well, one of my favorites is the Times Square subway station right near the shuttle train.
Shout out to the MTA.
And you can check out my Facebook page on Lawrence Rush and Underground Harmony to find out what subway station I'll be appearing at next. So Times Square, we do Penn Station, and Long Island Railroad is...
Have you done Grand Central yet?
I've done Grand Central Station, yes.
Yeah, I think I've definitely seen you in the stations.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. And so you're only in Manhattan, or do you go to what
just
station?
In Manhattan, just Manhattan, right?
You ever tried the Barclay Center? Because I'm just thinking, you're telling us, the certain stations that are crowded, very congested. I would just, prefer Barclay Center.
I actually have tried the Barclay Center there. Especially like when the concert was letting out, but I gravitate towards the Midtown Times Square area in the heart of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Okay, well anywhere.
Well, that does make sense.
Anywhere he
always
can get,
people there.
Anywhere he can grab, people's attention so he can promote his work and show people what he's about.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
I want to know what inspired you to do music, or what inspired you to be in Broadway.
Oh, that is what inspired me to do music and to be on Broadway. Well, I guess since earliest youth, I just love musical
You're trying to make me feel old already, aren't you?
No, you are the youngins here.
Oh, come on, don't do that.
I'm the elder here, but since earliest youth, I just always had a love for music in general and musical theater, and that's why when I was 17, 18, I got on the Trailways bus and headed for New York City.
Okay. What advice can you give to the next generation who are aspiring musicians? Like, what advice can you give to the next generation?
Oh my gosh, what advice? I guess you're just pursue your passion. If you're wired that way, you won't be able to do anything else, or so to speak. You'll find your God-given gifts, and usually you're happiest when you're working in them.
Stay consistent, guys. Stay consistent.
Yes.
Find your passion and pursue it.
And stay alive. Staying alive. I'll never forget the time that I was watching you did a Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. What got you inspired to doing that here?
Well, I work with a classic rock, old-time rock and roll, golden oldies band, and we do a variety of music from the classic rock to Motown to disco, and it's usually a party band of the 60s and 70s and even some 50s doo-wop. So we do a variety of styles of music, but it is a golden oldies band.
Who would you say is your all-time favorite artist of
your
all time?
favorite artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, even though we do a classic rock, and that's the exciting thing about today's show, because even though I'm classic rock, pop, Motown, and pop
Right.
favorites, today I actually want to do a couple tunes I love to do standards, and I don't get a chance to do that because it's maybe not so hip or popular in the subway, but some of my favorite artists would be like today I hope to do a song by Barbra Streisand and Frank Sinatra.
Okay, Barbra Streisand.
Would you
So I
like? Why don't you show us what you got? You're interested in it?
You mean interested in doing
You want to do it?
Please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please, please,
Well,
please.
well,
Please.
hold it. You're gonna see Lawrence D. Rush in action right after this. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.